Hi, welcome, and thank you so much for being here. We're going to do a timeless and collective reading. Whenever this reading finds you, it's the right time. Just keep in mind it's a general reading and see what signs, symbols, messages, and energies resonate for you in your particular situation and hopefully bring some clarity to whatever you're wondering. It could broaden your perspective, change your focus, help you see something with fresh eyes in a new way, in a new light. In the end, always trust yourself. The divine inner guidance is in you. And try to make balanced decisions between logic and intuition so that your decisions are sound, based in love, and for the highest and greatest good of everyone. So we're all uplifted in love. Let's begin. We're going to start with this combo. I have the two decks together. It's the Hidden Truth and the Love Truth Oracle. Let's get a couple messages to be helpful for you guys. See what God, Source, Holy Spirit, Grace, Consciousness, our higher selves, angels, and energies of love for the highest and greatest good of everyone. Clarity for the collective to be helpful. Words they need to hear. Feelings they need to know about. Please and thank you. It was difficult to say goodbye to you. So this is somebody that let you go or somebody that chose to leave, but they didn't have an easy time doing it or had a really hard time afterwards. It's that Boyz II Men song, say it's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. Maybe something in those lyrics. It was difficult. Maybe I feel like this person acted like they were big and strong and they could handle this and it was not a big deal. I'm even getting very nonchalant energy. And I feel like that annoyed you. I feel like your energy being annoyed or confused. So maybe there was non-closure or unclear conversations as to why somebody had to say goodbye. I'm also getting for some of you, this might not be somebody that you were necessarily in a romantic relationship with, but I'm getting like somebody had to move to a different city or country. Maybe a friend that moved away, a family member or something like that, but you're the one they're really going to miss. Like they almost don't even care about, you know, the home or their neighborhood or maybe even their stuff. But I feel like your energy is what they wish, like I feel like this person wishes they could bring you with them. So I am getting different situations so far. Let's get clarity for the collective on so difficult to say goodbye to you. Although, yeah, somebody's thinking about you. Somebody wishes you were with them. So whatever distance is between you and someone else, they still feel like they can feel your energy. Maybe this is a really deep connection. Even though, although we're apart, I can still feel you. I feel like this person is thinking about you a lot, but I'm getting that they are having feelings for you. Whether that's just missing your energy next to them or missing your presence, your phone calls, your conversations. I'm kind of getting for some of you dreams. So maybe some of you are dreaming about this person or they are dreaming about you. I'm getting that somebody's waking up from a dream, and you know when a dream is so vivid, like you almost can't quite tell where you are. Was that real? What just happened? Where am I? Like kind of like that. Like somebody's getting very vivid dreams about you, or maybe you are having that about someone else, but where you wake up and you're like slightly confused if that was real or how was that so real. Clarity. What's another message to be helpful? I use my work as a way to move on from you. So I am getting that maybe somebody had to move away for work. they were transferred even to a different country. But if this is just distance for another reason and somebody had to say goodbye, they're still thinking about you. They can still feel your presence. They're still feeling for you. And they're trying to disguise how much they are feeling by, you know, doing stuff, making themselves busy. I don't think it's really working. By them working so hard, I still feel like they're thinking about you all of the time. But I feel like when there's space and they're not keeping busy, they are almost like overwhelmed with how they feel or their thoughts about you. Clarity for the collective. Yeah. Yeah, you are. You are always on my mind, no matter where I am, no matter if they are working, if they are in the bathtub or taking a shower or at the gym or in the car or in the taxi, who they're with, you're always like on their mind. I have to pause you 1 minute. I'll be right back. I got a major tickle in my throat. I went to go get some water. So maybe somebody is having a hard time expressing themselves, speaking their truth, telling you how they feel, telling you how much they miss you, wishing they told you more when you were there. Let's get another one to be helpful. Only the one deck came out so far for you guys. Clairaudience, always on my mind, no matter where they are, you're there. I wish I could take back my words. Well, I did get a tickle in my throat, so maybe somebody, wishes they left differently. I'm even getting, for some of you, it was more of a nonchalant. They didn't really express how they feel, and they kind of pretended like it was not a big deal to go away or to let you go. And I feel like somebody, I'm getting that maybe some of you had an argument or something like that. Maybe it was something that was said that was hurtful or taken the wrong way, misunderstood. I feel like if something was taken the wrong way, it was because it really came out wrong, maybe because of emotions. I don't feel like it was meant as it came out. But it's also possible that somebody said something where at the time they thought they meant it. But now that they are thinking about you all of the time, they're realizing that, like, I'm kind of getting that they were a dumbass. They feel like a dumbass. They feel like they messed up. I'm also getting for most of you, they wish not just about, they could take back words, but they wish they would have said more. Or they wish they could express how they really feel now. Let's get one more just to make this even. What's one more message to be helpful for the collective? Please and thank you. Wow, if that's what they want to say, maybe they didn't express how much they really felt for you, or how deep this connection was, or how much it affected them, or how much growth it brought them, or how much change happened because they met you. If they're feeling like you are their soulmate, like you had a destined meeting, maybe they just, kind of always saw something on a 3D, what everyone told them relationships were supposed to be, kind of perspective, what they had as experiences. I feel like they are seeing you differently. I mean, if they can't get you out of their mind and you are still in their heart, I feel like they're getting a new perspective that maybe they didn't see before until you were apart. Maybe that took distance. I am getting, for some of you, this person is not very far from you. They might live really close by. You might actually get to see them daily or every once in a while, but there's been some kind of distance. or some kind of break or some kind of separation or some kind of change. But I'm getting that this person regrets that. Sometimes you don't get to see what you actually had until it is not there. I'm also getting that for some of you, they didn't give you the, I kind of feel like they appreciated you, but I feel like they didn't really give you all that you deserved. So maybe some of you were the ones to say goodbye or put a stop to something. But I'm seeing that they really wish they would have done something differently. And if they got another chance, they would. So let's continue. Let's see how this energy rolls and flows. Let's do something a little bit different. Let's get a unicorn message. This is the Oracle of the Unicorns. These are really tiny words, so I have to get my readers ready. I'm going to get my readers all ready for this. What is a unicorn message to be helpful, please and thank you? Nature. Maybe you need to go out in nature, connect with nature, take a walk, go on a hike, ride your bike outside, even if you're just walking in your city. I'm also feeling that there's something that's naturally going to come back in the right timing or going to come in if it's new in the right timing. But right now, if you feel like you're a little bit, you know, not feeling like I like kind of in the ether, you need to ground your energy, see the reality of what you can do with, you know, where you are today. And I feel like it's going to help you grow or help you handle something. So maybe some of you were a little bit in your mind or overly in your feels. You just grounding your energy will change something up. And sometimes the easiest way to do that is to just go outside, take your shoes off, stand on a rock, stand on the earth, you know, put your feet in the grass or in the sand, wherever you are. And we're energetic beings, you know, so when we actually step on Mama Nature, we're like a lightning rod. It will ground you to earth. But I feel like meditation is also going to be really beneficial and healing for you. But some people need to do active meditation. They're not so good at just sitting still. So it could be that you need to kind of exercise or walk or do something like work on a project or paint. Find a sanctuary in nature and connect with the elementals. I feel like it's really simple, like paying attention to the sound of the leaves rustling. One really cool thing that you can do, and I don't know why I just thought of this, it is meditative, but if you are outside in nature, try to think of, like, try to connect to one sound that you hear. And it doesn't even matter if you're in a city. Pick one sound. Like right now I can hear that cricket really loud outside, or that Zen sound I have here. But it's different when it's in nature because it's all around you here. And try to pinpoint exactly what that sound is and just focus on that sound. Like pick one bird. Try to find that bird in your mind and listen to just that, and then change it and try to hear something coming from somewhere else and how that sounds, and almost make a 5D, 3D, all around like map in your mind, in your energy on where that sound is coming from, and then keep switching it off to different things. See if that brings something in. You might even get some subconscious messages or tap into spirit. I feel like some of you might be really clairaudient as well. If you always think of like a song or names pop up in your mind, or it's where you get extra spiritual downloads via sound. And I feel like some of you might be naturally gifted at that. So maybe there are ways, I mean, I don't have all the, I'm sure just do some research and see about ways where you can amplify that special gift that you have. I'm also getting that maybe if you start to write something down, like it could be anything. You could also get really good ideas, but usually it's sound-based. I hope that's helpful for some of you. I feel like some of you you already know that you're gifted in that, but I feel like you really can get good at it. But maybe just by doing some simple exercises, you will start to notice how you allow it to flow, because you can never have a hold on it or put the ego in it, or it doesn't have that natural just letting whatever comes through and trusting it. So let's go to something a little different. I like that was a different message that came through. I'm also getting that maybe some of you do have the energy of telepathy with a certain person. So maybe it's almost like maybe this person, maybe like certain people in your life, it's almost like you don't need to really hear the words. You can kind of read their thoughts, but do remember, you can't always read somebody's thoughts. So if you get the chance to at least have a conversation with someone because they are still close to you, I feel like you're going to have a conversation, but I feel like that's going to give you confirmation. Let's get, what did I auto grab? The Sweet Love Tea. Clarity for the collective, please and thank you. Mending souls. So this is, wow. This is where you are getting healing in a partnership, or you have a new partnership or a new soulmate coming in that is going to bring a lot of beautiful energy, where it feels like it's really different, where it's not a repeating pattern. This is also, if you have anyone from the past, you know, somebody who didn't give you closure, left without explanation, gave you a half explanation as to what was going on, made you feel left out in the cold, or whatever that is. This is something that is going to come through that's giving you the chance to mend a situation, maybe get closure, clarity, or maybe have a fresh start. See something with a clean reflection. It's having empathy, forgiveness, and it's a renewed energy. You know, if you have somebody here in the energy of regret, wishing they didn't say that thing, or wishing they said something else, if somebody has that awareness, then there can be change, but there has to be follow through with that growth. But it's also, if it's empathy, it's trying to recognize that, you know, it's not, relationships are hard. Situations in your life are hard. Some days are hard. Some cycles are hard. Growth can be hard. Transformation can be hard. So it's trying to see that divine soul inside of everyone, not just this person. And we're having a human experience, and all of our experiences are different. But this is when you love with a purpose, and it's healing out of compassion. Clarity on men's souls. Please and thank you. Expectations. So it could be that you expected someone to do better, be better, grow faster, follow through, come through, do this, do that. It could also be somebody had too many expectations on you. Maybe there was a lot of pressure. So, or expected somebody to read your mind. Even if you get each other and you have things that pop through and it feels like you know each other, we don't always know what everyone is thinking. So if you're expecting someone to read your mind and you never had that conversation, whether it's on your likes, your dislikes, what's healthy, what's not healthy, what your boundaries are, what you do, you know, expect them to follow through with, or a way that they need to help you. I feel like that could make something so much easier if you have that conversation, if you open up. And this could be anybody in your life, not just this situation. But I am getting, for some of you, that was a lot of pressure. If someone expected something out of you, expected you to be a certain way, or even expected you to react a certain way. Maybe you react totally different than everyone else in their life. So they didn't approach you a certain way because of their past experiences and what they expect everyone would do, even though you would be different. That would be really annoying, to like not get the chance to prove who you are, or fix a situation, or be an adult and mature about something. Shine your beautiful spiritual light in someone's life because they expected you to react the same old way from everything in their past cycle, or the cycle that they're in now. I hope that made sense. This is a dreamer, fantasies. It's having very high ideals or unreasonable requirements. I mean, that's when you really expect like too much, when you want someone to change, or you want them to be different than they actually are. But I feel like for you, or most of you here, like your expectations were pretty simple, but maybe you just didn't express them. Like I'm kind of getting like if somebody doesn't follow through with something that they said they'd do, or a plan that they had with you, it's almost like somebody just goes away instead of sending you the text because they're afraid you're going to freak out, instead of just being, okay, now I know what I can do with my life. I'll do something else tonight. At least I know you're okay and you're not going to come through, and you can give me a rain check another time. I feel like it's something that's kind of so simple, but somebody is putting like pressure on themselves because they thought you'd react a certain way. So I do feel like for a lot of you, if you get the chance to have a conversation, that could mend a lot of future weird situations. I started auto shuffling, so let's get one more, and then jump into the tarot. What is one more message to be helpful, please, and thank you? The Rambling Rose. So this is where somebody is, I mean, the roses are so beautiful and they smell so good, but there's also those thorns. So this is where, I mean, it's possible this isn't a big, huge distance thing. Maybe it's just someone taking a couple of days for some of you. Maybe that's like, you know, stressing you out because you expect to hear from this person every day. Maybe somebody is just processing, or they expect to hear from you every day. You know, for some of you, it's not a big ass breakup. It's just a little situation. It's just a day. It's just a week. Maybe it's a month. Maybe it's been a long time. But this is where there is either a growing apart, but I feel like it's so you can blossom on your own, or it's just somebody who needs some space to think, to figure something out, to make some changes. It's sometimes outside situations, you know, that could be making somebody go off course, getting lost in the ramble, taking the long way, getting off track, trying to take the shortcut, getting lost, listening to the wrong people. But no matter which path it is, if it's meant to come back because it's, you know, divine or supposed to come back together, it will. All the different roads that we take as free will choices, if it's meant to be, you know, something that's supposed to be there for our growth, all those roads will bring us to that point. And if that point is not going to happen because a certain person keeps taking the same actions or the same windy road, then your soul will end up meeting the right person. Where's that soulmate? Who will come in, maybe not the same person, but the right person for the right chapter that you are in to help you evolve. But we're here with free will. So all you can do is like choose to be in your own personal power. You know, definitely not overpowering somebody else to do anything, because that's just pressure. If someone's not ready to learn, they're not ready to learn. They're not willing to open their arms or grow, they're not going to have that growth. You can get all the spiritual, you know, lessons out there, but unless you're going to live those lessons every day and make that a part of who you are and how you live, it's just in one ear and out the other. It's heard but not lived. Maybe even studied but not understood. So let's go to the tarot. I brought this one. I haven't used this one in a while. This one is the Angel Wisdom. So let's see what's happening. I hope this reading is helpful so far for you guys. Clarity for the collective on the Rambling Rose, expectations, mend souls, nature, meditation, somebody feeling you even though you're apart. It was so difficult to say goodbye, whether that's for a day or a long time. Having this connection of a soulmate, maybe getting the chance to resolve any past miscommunications or changes. Somebody substituting their energy in work or what they're doing to try to forget you. That's not working, or that's what you're doing and somebody's still on your mind. And somehow your energy feeling connected to this person. Also, if some of you are meeting someone who is new, the soulmate, allow that person to like unfold in their own timing. I'm getting that don't compare too much to anyone from the past. I sort of give somebody the benefit of the doubt to prove themselves before you assume that they will do something a certain way because everyone else did it like that. I feel like somebody is going to pleasantly surprise you. Let them surprise you. And I also feel like for some of you, you are going to be pleasantly surprising to someone else. What is the movement of energy to be helpful? Please and thank you. You have a very powerful King of Pentacles coming through. This is somebody who would work hard. This is definitely somebody who knows how to bury themselves in work to manifest something. But if this person is just manifesting things, that golden throne, that big pentacle, the fancy clothes, it's always going to be, that's upside down. It's always going to feel like it's just filling in the truth of what they really want or what they desire with things, with the next goal. They'll always feel like they're kind of getting off path. That next, goal will bring what they want. That'll make them happy. But if this is somebody coming into your world, it's usually a earthy kind of sign. But, somebody can be a water sign but have a lot of earth in their chart. This is usually somebody very grounded. I see this king as very sensual because it's all about touch. This person is not afraid to get their hands dirty. It's funny. I see like a mechanic, but then I also see somebody in a business suit. Maybe somebody has really different skills, or they have a really different hobby than their job. I do feel like this is somebody who likes to build something or use their hands somehow, but that could be like on the computer as well. Or it could be somebody very creative. It looks like this person is like this, like they're thinking, they're coming up with a plan. They're waiting for you to say something, or they're thinking about what they will say when they get that chance, when they stand up off of that throne and start to make some moves towards those goals. But this king does have to have that balance. If he's always working really hard and takes no moments to pause, to have fun, to enjoy the things that he or she is manifesting, then there's going to be an imbalance. So it could be Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. It doesn't have to be. You have this. This is a double thing. This says love with a purpose and heal with compassion. If this king is coming through, this is usually a solid offer. And this is somebody who is dreaming of the long term. He doesn't want to really invest his time in something that's not going to build, or something that doesn't have the capacity to expand or grow or be long-lasting. He likes the long-lasting things. It's not that he hasn't had relationships or projects or jobs that were sort of short-lived, but he learned a lot from them. So how to take those lessons or that experience or that partnership, or even what he learned in a partnership, so that he recognizes maybe red flags for the future so he doesn't waste his or her time, or knows how to make the changes necessary so something keeps growing and doesn't get stagnant. But it is somebody who is compassionate, accomplished, charismatic, and grounded. And you do have that energy here that's telling you to get grounded. So maybe whoever this king is, starting to connect to the natural process or something. Or feeling more natural in a situation, in a partnership. He looks really pleasant. A time of great success. It's also where you get financial security. So if there was a slump lately, things are going to get better. Things are going to start to manifest bigger. Or even all at once. This could also be multiple people, or here to like up your advantage, to up your game. It's like bigger opportunities can all start to open up for you. It's also having the Midas touch. I am getting, for some of you, you are going to get an opportunity that feels golden, where it feels like the energy is just right. It's like I see the golden ticket, but I feel like that's you, not let you get it. I feel like you are the energy that's making the changes, or handling something like a pro, or making the difference, almost even bringing this, I'm getting like sunshine energy in someone's life, or maybe in an environment, in a work situation. Everything is going to turn out beautifully. It's also a supportive parent and spouse. Maybe some of you are reconnecting or connecting in a deep way to your parent energy, but I also feel like for some of you, if you were taught a certain way, maybe it's having that compassion that maybe you're not going to do something a certain way because it doesn't work for you. You can't change, you know, if your parents aren't going to change, they're not going to change. It's just maybe accepting a different generation for who they are, what they know, the experiences they had, the time it was. And I feel like for some of you, if you want to do something your own way, you're going to make it your own. And I feel like for some of you, you are actually breaking some kind of cycles or patterns, which means that you are opening your mind and you're unlearning so that you can relearn or adapt a different way. And it's, if this is a spouse or future spouse, this is somebody who's looking towards generations. They're not just going to be there to have it be short-lived. It's because they can see a long-term future with you. And it's also, if this is a boss energy, this is somebody who wants to see you succeed. This is somebody who recognizes your talent, your potential, how far you can grow, what you can do, what you can become, and they will, I'm just getting like, maybe give you the chance to up your game. But I don't know why, because I feel like a lot of you are like, I just heard game on, like you're ready. But I feel like this is going to bring you expanse that you don't even see yet, but you will. You still feel like something is golden. Clarity on the King. King of Pentacles, King of Coins, King of Earth. Please and thank you. So you have the 7 of Rods. So it could be that energy that I saw you breaking a cycle from or changing. Maybe you feel a little bit defensive because you feel like everyone wants you to be a certain way or do a certain thing, and you don't see it that way, or that's not what you want to do anymore. But this could also be somebody else's energy. You know, if you are changing something that you have always done, or this is somebody else's energy completely, and that's just giving you awareness of what someone else is going through. Maybe somebody else was always expecting everyone around them to always be defensive. So they didn't even want to approach anymore. But generally the 7 of Rods comes through when whoever this is starting to see something from a spiritual perspective. Recognizing that, this wasn't everything coming at me. This is actually me having the higher ground in a situation. So it's sometimes not having to be so defensive because you recognize, you know, it's like I'm getting like a non-competition kind of thing. I'm getting that you can't compete with where you can't compare energy with that. That felt really big. I know, babe. That was a really weird car. It looks like somebody is really comfortable here. And it looks like you have the only rod that's going a different direction. So maybe you have a lot coming at you, but you are choosing to not follow the crowd and you're going your own way. You're doing something a different way. Maybe even a different way for you. This is standing up for yourself and your beliefs, having confidence, and challenge those in power, but also choosing your battles wisely. You know, if you do have an energy here that's very 3D, very about the man, you know, the stuff and what's going on in the work environment, and that is not healthy for you, or you want a day off, this is you being firm and actually getting more respect because you stood up for yourself and you believe in yourself. I'm getting a little bit of the squeaky wheel gets the oil. But do recognize if there's a battle and somebody's combating you, that can even be about a weird subject somewhere in your life where you're like, when I'm with that person, I don't touch that subject. It just makes everything better. And I'm getting that for some of you. Like, it's not a real big deal, but there's just somebody who's like, there's a certain subject, whatever that is, and they always get kind of touchy with it. You're not going to change their mind. So just accept it and maybe don't even talk about that certain thing if it brings up weird energy. But it's recognizing your own personal power when you should be speaking up for yourself. Clarity on 7 of Rods and King. And it looks like maybe you need to speak up for yourself because you're overworking, or you're doing something the harder way instead of the smarter way, or you're working to the point, or I'm kind of getting for some of you, this is not you. Maybe you're working really hard, but I feel like this is that person overworking here, trying to do whatever they can with their energy to not think about you. Making it way harder on themselves. But this is somebody learning from a way that didn't work and adjusting something so it doesn't feel so heavy. This is You know, this person looks so tired. Rods are all over the place. They're not even in the basket. This is where you or someone else is ready to release the energy of the weight on your world, or the weight of the world on your shoulders. Ready to think outside the box, to do something a different way. I feel like for some of you, this is almost like, this is just an energetic like picture that I got of what it is. It's almost like if somebody was doing something where they were handwriting something the hard way, like doing the receipts all by hand. This is figuring out that there's probably an app that can do whatever they were trying to do in like 1/100th of the time that they were taking to do something that old way that everyone taught them, or that the way they always did it. And they were making it just so much harder. And they could save so much time and have so much more free time to sit and relax if they just switched up how they were doing something. I'm even getting like moved with the times, or maybe were offered the right advice to really help you or someone out. Like it'd be really helpful. But you have to unlearn something and relearn something a new way so that it doesn't feel so hard. It's somebody working too hard on too many hours and they don't have balance in their life. They feel like everything is coming at them, or they don't have enough time to handle all this when they only want to hold that one thing and go in that one direction. Maybe this is even listening to everyone else out here and not going in the one direction they want to go. And sometimes with this energy, it can be having to allow others to help you. Or it can be feeling stressed out or problems with your health. And you do have here connecting in nature, getting grounded again because someone's not sleeping right, or it's stress. Stress can cause so many imbalances in your body, in your physical body, in all your bodies. So somebody doesn't want to feel so stressed out anymore. And if it's a 10, it means they are at that point where they're ready to make a change. Clarity on the 10. Yeah, you're having a big change. You got the Tower coming through. Transformation. Somebody doesn't want to do it the hard way anymore. Maybe somebody always picked the wrong partner. It was always more difficult. Maybe something's going to come through and it's not going to be anything like what they expect. It's not about having to change the other person. It's each person changing because they choose to and they're inspired to. This Tower energy is something coming through really fast. Something changing really fast. But this particular card means this is divine timing. It was supposed to happen. And you know why? Because it's building something. If there was anything that transformed or changed or was stripped away, that old skin that was shed, it's because the cycle's done. That old way of thinking is done. That old perception on expectation was done. Sometimes the Tower is expecting a person to be a certain way and then getting to know them and your mind blowing, your soul feeling like, oh, what you thought they were like is not what they were like at all once you got to know them deeper. And that can go both ways. Sometimes this energy is being in no relationship for a really long time, not wanting it at all, and the right person coming in and like, oh man, everything you're thinking about is different now because of one person. Sometimes this is losing a job because you got like an amazing new job that maybe won't take so much energy out of you, give you more space, give you more prosperity and room to grow, and you get to do something that you love to do. Sometimes this is just something that leaves your life, a relationship, because a better one's coming through. Sometimes this is an inner Tower. Sometimes this is a divine push, and sometimes this is somebody just deciding to push the damn Tower over already. It is time, because there are new tools to use. There's a spiritual light to embody. There's these beautiful wings to fly. This is where new energy, so whether that's a new foundation, new tools, a new way of doing something, it's where something can continue to grow and it's going to be solid and stable. It's something coming through that's creating between you or someone else or you together a significant life experience, and it requires changes to be made. This is a lot of energy. This is outside usually, but it's powerful. I feel like it's always like almost like an epiphany kind of energy, and it often brings unexpected revelations. This is where somebody is finally breaking free of procrastination, breaking free of things that were holding them back, breaking free of getting in their own way or allowing others to get in their way. It's releasing old belief systems. I feel like that's what, I feel like that is what I was seeing with the generational thing. Almost like what they were taught growing up, or what you were taught growing up, or what you were taught in your first job, or were taught in school. I feel like there is something coming through that is going to be that aha moment. You're going to get the clarity. You're going to get the conversation. This is the Ace of Swords. You have that sword grounded. You have your words and your thoughts, communication, ideas grounded in that stone. You have that crown, not on your head, even on the earth. So you brought that spiritual energy down to earth. You have this butterfly of transformation, and look at how unusual this transformation is. To see that beautiful little blue butterfly in the middle of a snowstorm. That's how clear this is going to be. How unusual and how special to get to have this conversation, or to take this idea, these thoughts, and get to ground it. This is a brilliant idea. I always see this as the big old light bulb, and it might need refinement. You might need to, figure something out a little bit. You might take the wrong size hammer the first day, but it's figuring something out as it grows. If it's your first day having a cell phone and you always had the rotary dial phone, it's going to take a little while to figure that out, but it will get easier. It's any obstacles with these wings that were getting you stuck, taking you off that. Where's your ramble? Where's your rose ramble? The rambling rose? It's not having those obstacles get in your way anymore. And it's where you should communicate clearly and concisely, but remain objective. Try to see something from that objective point of view. Try to hear someone out and hear where someone is coming from. See their perspective. Maybe see what somebody else has gone through too. Upside down, it's having that conversation in your mind, but never speaking. Having that brilliant idea and never putting it down and, putting those plans into action. Making that phone call. Or seeing the true reality of a situation and letting your thoughts get in expectations or scenarios, and almost like trying to force yourself to see something in a different perspective than maybe something that is clear cut and right in front of you. And I'm just getting like in front of your eyes, but I'm getting that maybe somebody else had something where it was right in front of their eyes, really clear. You saw it really crystal clear, and until that person had those spiritual wings or was ready to transform, they weren't going to see it. Let's get one more. These messages, I just have to go with the flow as they come through. I was like, I'm going to do a quick little reading to have a short one. And then It's just how the messages come through with me. A lot of times they go deep. So I hope that this was helpful for you guys and something made sense. Let's get one message from, can't remember the name of this one. Raise your vibration. Raise your vibration, please, and thank you. When I make joy a priority, well, there you go. Brilliant ideas will come naturally. Naturally. Support. That's this. This said that there's somebody here, a supportive parent, spouse, or boss, or friend will surround me in movements. Will form when I make joy a priority. When you follow your joy, whatever you get to do, that's where miracles happen. That's where doors open up. That is the right road and direction to take you to many open doors, the right people in your life. Because every step you take along that path, no matter how long it is, you're enjoying yourself and you're in it. Always follow your joy. And with that, I bid you adieu. Thank you so much for being here. I love you so much. And I hope you have a beautiful day, evening, night. And I will see you very soon.